Hey guys, this is Coach McCullers, and this is the graphic organizer, the video for Triangle Basics. Um, so let's go and get started. But before we get started with the actual graphic organizer and doing the examples here, you should have that printed ready to go. What I would like for you to do is to grab some post-it notes or construction paper, some kind of colored paper, and I want you to cut yourself out a triangle like I did here. Okay, so get yourself a straight edge, draw yourself a triangle, and cut it out. And I actually cut two triangles here. Since I use post-it notes, I just grabbed myself two pieces there, put them on top of each other, and then I cut the triangles out. Triangles because there's more than one. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to label my angles. We have angle 1, we have angle 2, and we have angle 3. Okay, so then I'm going to take the top one and I'm going to just put it on my graphic organizer right there and take some nice tape and tape that down or glue it down for me so that we know what the original triangle looks like here. Okay. Alright, I'm going to write 1, 2, 3 again on the next triangle, but this time I'm actually going to tear it apart. Okay, I need both of my hands to do this here, but I'm going to tear it. Okay, so there's angle 1. I'm going to put it over to the side. Alright, I'm going to tear it. Okay, there's angle 2. Set it over to the side, and I'm going to tear it. So there we have angle 3, and we're going to put it over to the side. Okay, and the extra piece I'm just going to toss away. Alright, so we have the original triangle here, and we also have the three pieces or the angles that come from the second triangle that was exactly the same size. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange these pieces into what's called a linear pair. Okay, so I'm going to arrange my pieces, and again, it does not matter what order you put them in. You could put them in 1, 3, 2 or 1, 2, 3, and I'm just going to arrange them like so, so that the bottom of the three angles makes a straight line. Okay, they become adjacent, in other words. Oh, excuse me, I got that one. Use the straight edge sides there. And I'm just going to grab a piece of tape and I'm going to tape those down. Okay, so now we see that we have a linear pair. The bottom is straight, and I'm going to draw that straight line for you here. Okay, and then we also have these angles here and here. Alright, this forms what's called a linear pair. Now, you may say, hey coach, a pair. I thought a pair was two angles. Well, a pair could be two or more in this case, because a linear pair means that they're adjacent, they're right beside each other, and one of the sides forms a straight line. Now, from previous math classes, you should realize that linear pairs are supplementary. And supplementary means is that they add up to be 180 degrees. That's the big key. So, in the first section, it says we're doing a proof of the triangle sum theorem. The triangle sum theorem basically says, what do you get when you add up all the angles of a triangle? Well, we just broke those pieces apart and did a visual proof. We've proven that the three angles are supplementary because they form linear pairs. And the key thing here is that they add up to be 180. So I want to go back over here and say something that is a big star, and that is all of the angles of a triangle add up to be 180 degrees all the time. No matter if the triangle is scalene, isosceles, or equilateral, no matter if the triangle is acute, right, or obtuse. Okay? So that's what the key point is on this particular graphic organizer. We did a visual proof here. It looks good. So I expect this to be on your graphic organizer when you get to me tomorrow. All right, let's look at some examples. Here we have three angles. One is x, one is 79, one is 41. Okay, it says find x. So, based on the triangle angle sum theorem, it says that if you add up all the angles, they're going to equal 180. So, let's add up all the angles. X plus 79 plus 41 equals 180. And then this is just a standard solving equation here. Okay, like terms together. So x plus, and then 79 plus 41 is actually going to be 120. Okay, so And then the next step would be to subtract 120 from both sides. Remember, the sides are determined by the equal sign, so whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other. And x is going to equal 60. So x is 60 degrees in this case. And of course, for any equation, to check yourself, you plug it back in. So let's plug it back in. 60, 79, and 41. Let's add those up. 9 and 1 make 10. Carry the 1. 6, 7, 14, 18. 180. That's a check. That makes me happy. Okay? Excellent. All right, the next one says find the measurement of angle P. Angle P is right here. So basically it's the missing angle. We have two of the angles. We're missing the third one. Let's add them up and set it equal to 180. 67 plus 28 plus, now we don't know this one. I could actually just put a P there to represent angle P equals 180. Adding up to equal 180 is the definition of supplementary. Okay, so adds up to be 180, supplementary. 67 and 28 is 80, 96. Check my math on these guys. Let's see, 8 and 7 is, no, coach, come on, 95. Okay, so it'll be 5 carry the 1, 7, 8, 9, yes, 95. So I'm going to subtract 95 from both sides. Okay, remember this, that determines the two sides. So P is going to equal 85. 85 degrees. So actuality, we can say the measure of angle P. If I put M and then an angle sign P, that stands for the measure of angle P. That's what this means right there. Okay? And check yourself. 67, 28, 85. Add them up. 7 plus 8 is 15. And 15 plus 5 is 20. 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 plus 8 is 18. That's a check. That's a smiley face. Okay? Alright, the next one. This is 58 on the top. This is B is X and C is X. Now, pay attention to what we're asking for. We're asking for what is the measure of angle C. Okay? In this case, the measure of angle C is whatever X is. So let's set it up. Add three angles up. 58 plus X equals 180. So, like terms, I get 2X plus 58 equals 180. Subtract 58. 2X equals, and 180 minus 58 is 130, 122. And then divide that by 2. X is going to equal 61. In this case, X is the same thing as the measure of angle C, so the measure of angle C is going to equal 61 degrees. That's your answer. Okay, check yourself. Let's do 58 plus the 61, and also B is 61. 8, 9, 10. 10 carry the 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18, and that checks out. Okay. All right, the next one. We have three variables to find. We have X, we have Y, and we have W. Okay, we have two triangles here. So let's first look at this triangle to figure out what W is. Okay, so 42 plus 85 plus W equals 180. All right, so we're going to get 42 and 85 together, and that's going to be 127. All right, subtract 127. And W is going to be, let's see, be 60, 53. Okay, so W is 53 degrees, and I can actually write that in there, 53 degrees. All right, now, this angle here, which is W, and the angle that is X form a linear pair. Now, from the top, we remembered that linear pairs are supplementary. So, 53 and X, this is actually an exterior angle, and the exterior angle is supplementary. So basically all we do to find the relationship between those two angles is that we say 53 plus X equals 180 because they are supplementary. So to solve, we just subtract 53, and we get X is equal to 127. So I'm going to put 127 here. All right, now remember, this is on the outside of the angle here. So that's an exterior angle. We'll talk more about that in class. Okay. All right, now the W here is a vertical angle with this angle here that is not marked. This angle that's right here in this circle that I'm drawing. These are vertical angles. And vertical angles are congruent, which means if this is 53, this area right here is also 53 degrees. Okay? Vertical angles are congruent. So now we have two of the angles of this particular triangle on this side, so we can figure out what the y is now. So let's use the triangle angle sum theorem, and we're going to say 88 plus 53 plus y equals 180. Get our like terms together. We're going to say 88 plus 53, which is 8, 9, 10, 11. Carry the 1, 6, and 8 make 14, so it's 141. 141 plus y equals 180. Subtract 141 from both sides. We're going to get y equals 39 degrees. Okay, so there is x, there is our y, and there is our w. And of course you can plug in to check on each particular triangle to see if it works. Okay. Now the next one is a lot like the previous one, and I'm going to leave it for you to answer and challenge yourself to see if you can figure those out for tomorrow's class. Okay. So to sum it up, the triangle angle sum theorem says that all of the angles of a triangle should add up to be 180. They are supplementary because if we were to tear them apart, we could create a linear pair, just like so. And linear pairs are supplementary. So we use that fact on these examples here. Good to go. All right, guys, see you in class tomorrow.